Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are covering my fourth and final birth story. Well, who knows, maybe there will be one in the future. Of Juniper's. So comment down below what one you see first. Jordan, Jace, Jadalyn, or Juniper's birth story. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like videos like this. And we're just going to get right into it because it's a crazy one. So Juniper's birth story. Holy moly. It was really not that crazy. I put my labor and delivery story on here along with the video and footage of it. We did film it along with Jadalyn's, but I ended up taking that down from here because I noticed that there was foreign people saving my videos to their playlists for like PORN, and I think that's disgusting. So I decided to take it down. And now I'm just going to tell the story of it because then you don't have to see it actually happening. I just don't think that's appropriate. In a sense, it's education, but when it gets to that point, I just feel like it's inappropriate and I don't want to be seen in that light. And it wasn't put up there for that. It was put up there for education for home birth because there's not a lot of information out there for people that are home birthers. And so that's what my intentions were. It obviously didn't turn out the way I liked, so I took it down. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started with Juniper's birth story. It started on April 17th at 2:30 in the morning. I think I wrote this down, but it was like 2:35 in the morning. And I remember my water broke and it was not painful at all. And I just wanted to get things moving. I just didn't want the water anymore. I just wanted her to be out. I was 42 weeks pregnant with her. I had gone to my chiropractor to get adjusted because she was stuck on my hip and it was super painful. And I also went and got acupressure because that can really help with relieving pain, but also moving baby. So she was stuck on my hip and stuff, so that's what I was doing. I was also walking a lot and doing all sorts of stuff to get her off because she was 42 weeks along. Like, she was really far along. And so I was trying different things to give birth to her because I was so far along and in a lot of pain. So yeah, and once she got off my hip and stuff, my hip was still really bruised and I could definitely feel it. And so far along, I just want her out, all right? And so I was up, moving around, trying to get things going, not in pain at all. And then the pain did start to hit me. I was not in the same mindset that I was with Jadalyn, unfortunately. I had obviously 10 months to prepare, but I really did not have a lot of time to myself to prepare. There was a lot going on in my life at that point that was just chaos and stressful, and I really didn't have time to prepare. And so yeah, I labored by myself at night, in the middle of the night, and was walking around and listening to music, hypnobirthing and reggae like always. And lighting, I had this candle. Anytime I smell this scent it's still like, oh my gosh, I remember everything. It's so crazy to me. And yeah, I had the candles going and just making it really serene. And then I went and got in the bath and just kind of was in there for a little bit and just kind of relaxing, but also going through the waves of the contractions. And then at 10 or it was 7:30, I think, in the morning is when I ended up giving birth to her. But what happened is I got on my yoga ball and I was in front of the heater because it was really cold and I was shaking really bad and I was really cold. So I went in front of the heater about 2 feet from where I gave birth to Jadalyn and got stuck on my yoga ball. And I was moaning because I was in a lot of pain. And yeah, so then he woke up and all the kids woke up and stuff. and it was really early in the morning, and they were making breakfast, and I remember he was making Dutch pancakes, and I was stuck on my yoga ball moaning, and he was like, I couldn't talk, and he was like, is she coming? And is the baby coming? And I'm like, because we didn't know the gender yet, and I was like, yeah, and I'm like vlogging and like in contraction and stuff, and I was stuck. And I remember telling him to move the yoga ball, but then I couldn't support myself. So then he put the trampoline under my butt, and then I basically just gave birth right there. And I remember just laying there and just being so exhausted. And all the kids came in and stuff. We found out our gender. My son was so disappointed. He ran off crying because he wanted a brother so bad. It was so sad. And then there's a little bit of chaos that happened at the end of this birth. That's like one of the reasons why I want to have another home birth and do it all completely by myself, is because it's totally natural, but I actually pooped a little bit, and I had thought possibly that there was meconium, which means that they pooped while in the amniotic sac, which if they inhale that, it can go in their lungs and it cannot be good. So I was kind of worried about that. And his mom, John Wesley's mom, had come over because I had just given birth, and she freaked out because it could be bad. And so she called his sister, which was at the time an EMT, which then they brought the ambulance over there and had all of their workers in my house, left the front door open, and it's freezing, and I'm just like naked, and my vagina's out, and like the placenta and the baby and just everything, and there's so much chaos, and I was pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I have home births so I don't have to deal with this shit. So yeah, if you can tell, I'm still very passionate about it. It's so frustrating. And yeah, they just like, I don't know, made sure her heart was fine and whatever, and told me that it was poop and not meconium, so that was embarrassing. And then they left, but after that I was so pissed. I was so mad, because like, what the fuck? You could have told me it was poop and not freaking meconium. Like, come on. And, you know, we did like the nasal thing. It was fine. Like, it was fine. It was just, yeah, it's just frustrating. And then, after that, then we just hung out on the couch, and I put like the stuff on the couch to where we could hang out. The kids watched some cartoons, got to hold her. I put her clothes on her for the first time. We let the placenta sit there for a while. We did weigh her and measure her and do all that. She was so chunky. So chunky. Maybe I'll insert some pictures here at the end. She was so freaking chunky, but she was also 42 weeks. She was huge. She was 7 pounds, 13 ounces, and like 21 inches. Like, she was huge. Way more ready. Way ready to come out. And she was just stuck. Poor thing. And she did have a little bit of bruising, I remember. And I remember afterwards, the whole gut thing happened again. But I had a better Velcro one, like a waist trainer kind of thing. And yeah, I remember being more prepared with that home birth and realizing what we didn't use in the first home birth and we didn't need for the second home birth. Also, if you're asking or wondering, because I haven't mentioned a midwife, no, I did not have a midwife at either of my home births because I'm a certified doula, but also because you can totally do it on your own. You don't need a midwife. If anything was to go wrong at any certain time, I would have obviously called the hospital, you know, or like gone to the hospital. I was not worried about that. All my ducks were in a row, and yeah, I would do it a million times over. I don't know why births have to be so traumatic, and like the movies just, it pisses me off when I watch movies and they're like, ah, like screaming and being fucking crazy, and they act like it's like this horrible thing. It's just, it does not have to be that way, you guys. It does not. And like, I don't know, you can do things natural without having to be pain, like have pain relievers. Like, I've learned a lot through doula school and just going on this path of life that the epidural is so bad for mom and baby, and just all the interventions are so bad for mom and baby. And it's just incredibly sad how many bad birth stories there are because of the hospital or because of Western medicine in general. Like, it's so frustrating. But I hope you guys enjoyed listening to all of my birth stories. They're all very different from each other. You know, my home births were painless. My hospital births were excruciating. There's so many interventions. Definitely hands down the best birth I had was with Jadalyn. There was no sort of anything that happened at all that was negative. It was just the best birth ever. And like, I sort of in a sense wish that I could get pregnant again with a boy. I've honestly been trying for like the past 4 years and it hasn't happened. Or I guess 3 years, it hasn't happened, but I want another boy, and I would have loved to give birth in here, in my RV, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that I'm just going to hold out and wait until I feel like it's the absolute right time. But, I don't know. I still want another boy. I'm going to keep trying till I have another boy. But that's it for now. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in our next one. Bye, guys.